Hi, Blair. Thank you so much for coming to the Founder Talk. How's it going?
Good, sir. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. I'm very jealous because you are in Vietnam or close by, and that's a place where I really would like to visit one day, hope very soon. Again, thank you so much for coming to our show. And please, if you want to give an introduction to yourself, and after we can start talking about your business.
Thank you very much. Well, my name is Blair Semenoff. I'm a Canadian who's been living in Southeast Asia for 10 years, the last few exclusively in Vietnam, and this is where I started Water Weights Club. Water Weights Club consists of a new pool fitness routine and the world's first adjustable, customizable, and brandable water dumbbells, as well as brandable carrying bags for maximum exposure. Our mission is to replicate what yoga, CrossFit, weightlifting, and many others have done in terms of improving health, social bonding, and creating employment. But with our business model, we're taking a step further by creating even more opportunities for anyone to profit. As you see here, women tend to dominate many popular forms of fitness. And men prefer to work out alone or in small groups, hence golf's popularity. The truth of the matter is, for my 10 years of watching dozens of cultures at the pool, phone addiction, obesity, and the inability to swim leaves most people doing nothing as they don't have any options. The solution is we introduce water weights. One word to describe water weights is efficiency. It combines the best elements of swimming, resistance training, cardio, yoga, and even meditation. And when you combine all of these elements, you're naturally increasing testosterone faster. Water Weights Club was launched in 4 languages, and some of the videos can be seen on YouTube. There are over 100 million swimming pools around the world. In America, more than 13 million. Our primary target is the lower 5 states with the highest density of pools. There's about 4.4 million of them. To put it into perspective, yoga has 84 poses and about 220 million YouTube videos. People around the world are making money from yoga. And once we open people's minds to water weights, they can easily monetize their efforts. And the more that we all work together in making these pool exercises popular, the more sought after and valuable the water dumbbells become. Water Weights Club has manufactured the world's first and only adjustable, customizable, and brandable water dumbbells. And we can easily dominate this industry by making women who do water aerobics happy by simply offering lots of color and customization options, as this has never been done before. As water weights gains popularity, brands will add branded dumbbells and carrying bags to their online stores, resorts, gym chains, and so on, due to the profit margins and our ability to get their brand in the countries they may not be able to. Now, you might be thinking, aren't there a bunch of companies selling cheap water dumbbells? And the answer is yes, but they sell the traditional size, which is far too heavy for the majority of teens, women, and men. These 2 companies here, however, offer 3 resistance levels. But due to price of shipping and the size of the product taking up retail space, our competitors avoid having large SKUs. And they make far more money by selling other products. Now, we've seen on Shark Tank and Dragon's Den Canada about a dozen companies immediately sell out, and their next shipment from China is junk. The brand is then damaged. Water Weights Club's secret sauce is our supply chain, manufacturing, and logistics capabilities. as my Vietnamese business partner is a manufacturing consultant of more than 15 years, scaling will be faster and easier. And with our ability to get not only our brand, but those who work with us into 180 countries, it'll be quite easy for Water Weights Club to be the dominant brand in most countries. Well, as I don't carry a phone, I really avoid it at all costs. I'm quite observant. And my 6 months of studying Twitter allowed me to see the patterns and learn the online psychology that quickly led me to becoming the 17th most retweeted account in the world. So just imagine 10 years of observing human behavior at pools. Now, this is actually a delicate matter when creating a global fitness trend. If you never know what might trigger the brand to go viral. And if you run out of product, people get upset. But my passion is the manufacturing aspect. Living at the factory, observing, asking questions, running scenarios, overall optimizing our scaling as fast as possible. Water Weights Club is seeking $600,000 broken into 2 payments. We'll be reinvesting $10 from each sale back into marketing. Plus, with our profit margins, we feel we should be self-reliant as we make improvements. Then we'll reevaluate options. Water Weights Club can be found on all the major social media outlets. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Blair. I mean, I'm a very big fan of fitness. I had to be honestly never trained in the water. I love swimming, and I spend a lot of time. I'm spending a lot of time in this last month swimming, but trying to rest a bit. But let's talk about more in details. Before talking about your business model, can we trace how you challenge the supply chain? Because as you say, production is very complicated. And many relying on China, they got stuck in the middle. So how do you make sure that you can produce without any problems?
Well, because my business partner is a manufacturing consultant, so she knows all the factories in the entire country. So all of our products are sourced from Vietnam, from our colors, our Eva foam. I've been to our factories. I know what we need, what tools we need to grow. I know the manpower in the area, how many open factories there are. So it's very easy to take care of when you live in the country and you've been here in total 4 years. You learn quite a bit.
But, the manufacturing will be in Vietnam,
All of
and
it,
as you, yeah.
100%, and all the paints and colors, every single part of the product is 100% Vietnamese.
In terms of the texture, the product itself, why it is better than the others? Which are the features that makes your product better than your competitors?
Well, to do these types of exercises, due to the physics at hand, they're far more difficult than they look. So even myself at the pool that I'm at right now, the water is up to my shoulder rather than my upper chest. So I'm using my dumbbells on a medium setting, or else I wouldn't be able to walk and move at all. So everybody else sells the traditional size, but ours comes apart and can be adjusted from level 3, 2, and 1. And then also the customizing of colors, which is completely new to the industry. And as I said, the females in water aerobics are absolutely going to love this because it's typically 10 to 30 ladies in a pool and they all have the same water dumbbells. And we know everybody likes accessories and colors and stuff like that. It's just never been offered before.
I understand. May I ask if you want to answer? Because of course, maybe it can be some kind of secret source. But what's the material?
Well, it's Eva foam. It's what everybody else uses. Yeah, it's pronounced Eva foam, EVA foam.
Yeah.
And the resistance, like the exercise, is based on surface area and then also the buoyancy. So if you're taking away more, there'll be less buoyancy. as well as how fast you're moving performing these exercises.
Understand. So you're doing this business with your Vietnamese parties, but where is your market? US, or you're also going to sell in Southeast Asia, for example?
Well, no, because this is one of our special tricks, or part of our secret sauce is our logistics capabilities. I had spent over 6 months trying to find out trade routes so I could sell the product around the world, using ships and distribution centers and all this stuff. It just became crazy. We fluked out eventually, and I found a company with over 40 years in the business, and we're able to get our product to them by ship within 3 to 4 days, and they air freight it to every country around the world, flat rate per country. So to put it into perspective, Max, if I were to send 2 sets of dumbbells using DHL from Vietnam to Idaho, it would cost $247, which is crazy. If I were to use my business partner's contacts, we could ship 2 sets for between $92 to $97, which is still way too expensive. But once we get our product at our partner's destination, at their distribution center, we can bring that price down to only $46 to send 2 sets of dumbbells from Vietnam to Idaho.
Let's talk about pricing and business model. How do you make money? What's the price of this?
The dumbbells are priced at $40 a set, and our manufacturing cost is $7.
But what's the way of selling? Are you selling, as you say, with partners, local partners that we store in their storage, in their warehouse, and selling? How are you going to distribute this?
Well, once we get our product to our partners, business partners, we'll be distributing. Right now, Max, the company has been stuck for several years due to lack of funding. So without the proper website and payment processor attached to it, which is a legality here in Vietnam, and without having our product with our business partner in Singapore, it's too expensive for us to ship. So I have dumbbells right now, but if somebody contacts me, it's like, I'm sorry, the cheapest I can send them to you is like $95, $92 to $97, and nobody's going to pay that. So the company's really been in a tough position raising money for the last few years just to do this properly.
Where was the challenge? I mean, why didn't you raise the money before?
Well, I ran out of money at the end of or the beginning January 2021, and that's when things were starting to get even crazier, where all the gyms were closing down, resorts were closing down. So anybody I was trying to sell this to had other things on their mind. So we launched the company in August 2020 and went over so many challenges. Just like we had a pool to do the filming at, and they canceled on us. And I spent 3 months contacting over 100 different hotels and condos trying to be able to film there, but everybody was scared of the virus. So we got over all those hurdles, and by the time January rolled around, I was just tapped out. I had invested over $150,000 of my own money into it by that point. And even just to raise $3,000 just to keep it going was very hard from contacting friends and family because their mindset. Everybody was just, different.
Absolutely. Indeed. So this is your starting 2.0. You restart now after the pandemic. To try again. And
to be truthful, you're the first person to talk to me since September 22nd of last year when I flew to Thailand to speak to another investor. But I've been trying for an entire year to have any type of meeting like this with anybody. And as we know with ours, has been canceled several times, but I kept reapplying just for the opportunity to speak to someone about this project because I know it's life-changing. It's Like yoga and CrossFit really changed the world for a lot of people. And there's 300 million people doing yoga, and there's 100 million swimming pools around the world. And I know that men are the mental health crisis, the obesity, the low testosterone, the low vitamin D. All of these things could be treated with 20 minutes of water weights.
That's my point. That's my question also. In terms of, let's say not medical, but health, let's talk about more about the health side of what you're doing. Which are the benefits of doing water sport or pool sport or yoga? I mean, yoga is pretty well known, but not that much when it comes to pools, for example. Which are the main
Well,
benefit and why
guys don't
invest?
like yoga. The thing is guys don't like yoga, and actually about 10% of people doing yoga get hurt. And if you weigh 400 pounds, yoga isn't the best thing to be doing. If you're overweight, your knee will pop right out. I'm sorry, that's just how it is. So the biggest thing is about the low or even no impact of water exercises. And with water weights, the beautiful thing is your cortisol levels don't go up as high because of the water and the way that your blood vessels dilate. So you don't get as sore as if you were to go to the gym. So what happens is you have somebody who hasn't been to the gym, they get a personal trainer, and the first day they work out, the trainer makes them so sore they can't move their arms for 3 days. This happens all the time. Or you used to work out all the time, you go to the gym and you want to act tough again, and you can't do anything for days, right? This happens to everybody.
That's true.
But with water weights, because of the no impact environment, because of the hydrostatic forces at play, keeping your joints together, plus the lowering of the cortisol buildup, you can do water weights every single day.
So let me close with investment. You are raising $600K in dollars, if I remember.
Yes,
and who is your target? I mean, in terms of investor persona, do you have any in mind?
Well, sir, I'll be honest. I've been at this for 3 years, so I just take anybody who sees the vision and sees what kind of impact we can do in terms of creating employment. You know, like this is tens of thousands and even hundreds of thousands of jobs over the years can be created when you look at all the resorts, all the gym chains, all the active old age homes. Like everybody could incorporate this type of exercise, especially for men. And as I said, I've lived at pools for the last 10 years with every culture imaginable. Like I lived in Singapore 3 years, I lived in Thailand, Indonesia. I've lived everywhere and I've seen everybody. And everybody is playing on their phone. They've gained too much weight. They can no longer swim. And then statistically, culturally, many people can't swim. They may be the nouveau rich, but in the past, they couldn't swim in the waterways because they got so polluted. So with water weights, you don't need to swim, know how to swim, and your hair doesn't get wet. And the dumbbells provide extra balance, which provides people a higher level of confidence as they're non-swimmers. So this is just something that everybody needs to do. It's just not in their mind that you walk and move. It's so simple, but nobody in the world had ever released the types of videos like this, these types of exercises.
I completely agree. Blair, I really thank you so much for coming to the Founder Talk. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm very sorry for having postponing so long. You're right. I mean, but we had a very polite, I had to say, pleasant, because we've been moving our way how to create, because we were working very much on creating our second version of the platform. So we've been very, very busy. But again, we are here today. So I'm very happy to having you with me. And we will try to do as much as we can in EquityMatch to help you to raise the funds you need, because sport is absolutely it's mandatory. It must be for everyone to keep health.
The men's health crisis is so severe, and then when you look at the UK that has lost 400 public pools since 2010, with 2,000 closures planned by 2030, further disrupting
Yes,
the
true.
social fabric of society. And now you have kids who won't learn how to swim, who increase the probability of them gaining obesity or even drowning. Like there's such an impact, such a simple change in our way of working out can be, and that's water weights. Like I didn't design this for me, I designed this for the world. The business model is to copy me and make money from it. It's as easy as that. I want somebody to say, a female say, wow, those 40 exercises are great. I'm going to do water weights for women and make money from it. That's what I want. I don't want all the fame and this and that. I'm a very private person, but it just drives me crazy that we're not using our resources as efficiently as possible, and society is just so stuck on their phone, and the social is really disconnecting. People are very disconnected from the mind, body, and breath, and that's what water weights
That's
does.
totally
It
right.
helps you reconnect.
I cannot agree more. Thank you so much, Blair. Thank you
Thank
very
you, sir,
much.
for your time. Bye bye.